The bell rang, echoing through the noisy school hallway, and all eyes turned toward a girl carrying a lunchbox covered in farm stickers. Her shoes were dusty, her jeans old and faded. She walked quietly, avoiding the eyes of students who whispered and snickered behind her back. "Look who's back from the barn," a boy sneered, flicking a piece of hay at her. The hallway erupted in laughter. But what none of them knew, not the bullies, not the teachers, not even her classmates, was that this quiet, shy girl who spent her mornings milking cows was a national champion in Muay Thai. And soon the same hands that tilled soil would teach her bullies a lesson they would never forget. Chapter 1. The girl from the farm, Lena Brooks, woke up every morning before sunrise. The golden light of dawn stretched across the rolling fields of her family's small farm. Her hands were rough from hard work, her nails often dirt-stained, but her heart was soft, gentle as the horses she cared for. Her father had passed away when she was only 10, leaving behind an old barn, a few cows and a promise. "Never be ashamed of where you come from, Lena. Strength doesn't come from what you wear. It comes from what you've been through." Her mother, a quiet woman who sold homemade butter and cheese, did her best to keep things running, but it wasn't easy. Lena had to help with everything: milking cows before school, collecting eggs, and fixing fences. That meant when she showed up at school, she often smelled faintly of hay and wore clothes that weren't in style. Her backpack had a patch of a sunflower her mother stitched by hand. To her classmates, that was reason enough to mock her. "Farm girl, did you ride your cow to school again?" sneered Mason, the self-proclaimed popular kid. His friends laughed behind him. Lena didn't respond. He never did. She just kept walking, holding back the sting in her chest. But at home it was different. There she was, free on the open field, barefoot, running with the wind. That's where she practiced her secret. Every evening after chores she trained in a makeshift gym behind the barn. An old punching bag, a wooden dummy, and a poster of her late father, who used to be a local boxing champion before the accident that took him. Lena's father had taught her everything: balance, focus, power through calm. And though she was only 17 now, she was competing under the name L. Brooks in amateur Muay Thai tournaments and winning. No one at school knew, not even her teachers. She didn't want fame. She just wanted peace. But peace doesn't last long in high school. It all started on a rainy Wednesday. Lena was sitting alone in the cafeteria eating her homemade sandwich, bread she baked herself that morning, when Mason and his group decided to have some fun. "Hey, farm girl," Mason said, leaning over her table. "What's in there?" "Hey, sandwich," laughed one of his friends again. Lena stayed quiet. But Mason wasn't done. He reached over and snatched her sandwich. "Let's see what this country girl eats." He squished it between his hands. His friends laughed even louder. That was the first time Lena's eyes met his. There was no anger, no tears, just calm. "Mason," she said softly, "you should stop." Her voice was steady, almost too calm. Mason grinned. "Or what? You'll feed me to your chickens." The laughter roared again. Lena stood up quietly, picked up her lunchbox and walked out. She could feel every pair of eyes on her. Some pitied her, others enjoyed the show. That evening, as thunder rolled over the farm, Lena punched the bag harder than ever before. Each strike carried the pain, the humiliation, and the quiet promise that one day she wouldn't need to hide who she was. The next day, the school posted an announcement: Annual Charity Martial Arts Exhibition, Open Participation. Lena's eyes froze on the words. Her heart began to race. She knew what she had to do. Chapter 2. The Reveal. The gym buzzed with excitement. Students filled the bleachers, whispering about the upcoming fights. Even Mason was there, smirking as he laced his gloves. He'd signed up just to show off, to prove he was tough. When Lena walked in wearing her old hoodie and jeans, laughter rippled again. "Farm girl's going to fight," someone said. "She's going to get wrecked." But when she stepped into the ring, the laughter faded slightly. There was something different in her stance, calm, balanced, like she belonged there. Her first opponent underestimated her. Everyone did. But within seconds, Lena's movements were lightning fast, clean, powerful strikes that came from precision, not anger. She dodged, countered, and with one sweeping kick sent her opponent to the mat. The gym went silent. Even Mason's grin faltered. "Who is she?" someone whispered. One by one, Lena defeated every challenger. Every movement carried years of discipline. Not rage, not revenge, but control. When Mason's name was called for the final match, the crowd roared again. "Go easy on the farm girl," his friend shouted. Lena stood across from him, expression calm. Mason smirked, still arrogant. "You sure you're in the right ring?" he taunted. Lena didn't answer. The bell rang. Mason lunged, wild, untrained, cocky. Lena ducked, sidestepped, and countered with a clean strike to his chest. Enough to knock him back but not hurt him. He came again, this time angrier. She dodged, slipped behind, and in one motion swept his legs. He hit the mat hard. The crowd gasped. Lena stepped back, breathing steady. Mason looked up, dazed. How did you?" Lena extended a hand. "You never know what someone's capable of until you stop laughing long enough to see." The referee raised her hand. The crowd erupted, not with mockery this time but with awe. Later that day, when the school's social media page posted clips from the match, everyone finally learned who Elle Brooks really was. The quiet farm girl who was a state Muay Thai champion. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like and subscribe for more.